Howdy, my name is Joshua McCain. Waterparks is a punk rock band consisting of 3 members, Austin Knight, Otto Wood, and Geoff Wingington. They've released 3 extended plays and 5 albums over their career in music that have evolved to both fit current trends in pop music while also keeping a tie to their punk roots. They've stayed relevant over the past 12 years in the music industry due to their ability to adapt their music to match with modern pop industry while also keeping ties to their punk roots. To begin, allow me to introduce the members. Austin Knight is the lead vocalist, backup guitarist, and main songwriter. Otto Wood is the band's drummer, and Geoff Wingington is the band's he's the band's lead guitar and backup vocalist. Some fun facts about the members. Austin Knight was born in Houston, Texas. He is very color-oriented. Not only does he have heterochromia, where his left eye is blue and gray and his right eye is green, he also has synesthesia, which allows him to relate sounds to colors. And it's through this where we see the different changes in styles through his hair color and the color and themes of the album. Otto Wood was also born in Houston, Texas, and he is the member of the band that is most picked on, with the most notable running joke is that he is a serial killer. He isn't, but the joke is referenced in the song Real Super Dark in the Intellectual Property album. And lastly, Geoff Wingington is the only member not born in Houston, Texas. He was born in Napa Valley, California, and he was also the last member to be added to the lineup. The trio have released 3 extended plays and 5 albums since their debut in 2012. With music ranging from punk rock to alternative to pop, the band has grown in popularity with each consecutive album. Their debut extended play released on April 3, 2012, under the title Airplane Conversations, which was followed by 2 more extended plays, Blacklight released on June 4, 2014, and Cluster released January 15, 2016. Later in 2016, the band signed with their first label. The label they signed under is called Equal Vision, and the first album they released was titled Double Dare. It was from this album that Waterparks had their first breakthrough song, the title being Stupid For You. And even to this day, it is still one of their most streamed songs. The boost in their popularity carried over into their second album. The second album they released under the same label and titled it Entertainment, releasing January 26, 2018. This album was the first album to make the Billboard's top alternative records, peaking at number 7. The next year, on May 23rd, they signed under a new label called Hopeless and released their third album, Fandom, later in the year 2019 on October 11th. This album has been their most successful album, reaching number 2 on the top alternatives list and even making an appearance on the Billboard 200 on spot number 32. For the next album, they re-signed with another label again, this time under the label 300 Entertainment, and released their 4th album, Greatest Hits, on May 21st, 2021. This album once again made the top 50 of the Billboard 200, but only reached number 5 on top alternative albums list. And for their latest album, they re-signed once again, this time under Fueled by Ramen in 2022 for their 5th album, Intellectual Property, released April 14th, 2023. Similarly to all the label jumps, Waterparks has changed style a few times as well. This is how they became so popular around their Double Dare era, and continued growing until now. Waterparks began with their 3 extended plays in very punk rock fashion. However, these were released during 2012 and 2016, where punk rock was seeing a decline in popularity. When they signed with their first label and released their album Double Dare, they changed their style a little bit. They incorporated a little bit of pop into their music and became more of an alternative band. This proved to be a good decision. As mentioned earlier, the song Stupid For You blew up and Waterparks gained a large following from it. They continued with a similar sound like this for their Entertainment album, which helped them reach charts for the first time. However, for Fandom, they stuck again with their alternative theme, but they went back a little bit and added a bit more punk into their music. With this decision, Fandom became their most popular album, with 2 of the band's most listened songs titled I Miss Having Sex but At Least I Don't Want to Die Anymore and Turbulent. With their next two albums, Greatest Hits and Intellectual Property, they went in the opposite direction. They took their alternative style and added a little bit more pop to it. Both albums were a success due to their following that has been built up over the few years before, as well as a feature from the artist Black Bear on their most recent album. With currently over 1.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify, Waterparks have made their mark on the music industry and don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. In conclusion, the rise of Waterparks over the past 11 years, through their ever-changing and interactive music style, have brought them from a small indie band to a largely successful band listened to by millions of people.